Hey guys, I'm here today with Lindsay Gaudioso of Coldwell Banker there in Newtown. And she's one of the top up and coming real estate agents in the area, specializes in working with first time homebuyers, mainly in the Danbury, the New Fairfield, and the Newtown markets, but really covers the whole state of Connecticut. So I wanted to have Lindsay on here today to talk a little bit about the current home buying environment. It's April of 2020. We're in the midst of this COVID-19 pandemic and quarantining and all these different social distancing measures. And a lot of people are wondering what the impact has been on the real estate market and what the impact has been on just the home buying process in general. So Lindsay does a lot on social media. She does a lot of virtual things with her clients. So I thought she'd be a great guest to have on here today to just talk about how this is all affecting the home buying process. So Lindsay, I appreciate your time and joining us here today.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited as well, even during this time we're in.
Absolutely, absolutely. So let's kick it off here. So the first question that I wanted to ask you about was, how has video helped you to communicate with your clients during this time, and what tools are you using to communicate via video?
So I mostly have been using Zoom for the initial meeting. Normally, I would sit down, have coffee, meet my clients or potential buyers, sellers in person. Now it's all through Zoom. So we can still have coffee, we're just in our own homes. So that's the process when I'm meeting clients or even following up with leads. And then for going through properties, that's when I'm actually using my cell phone. I'm using the Skype or FaceTime app inside homes.
Excellent, excellent. So yeah, using a wide variety of different video tools. That's great. So for those that are watching or listening that aren't familiar with a virtual tour, can you talk about a virtual home tour and how that works?
So for the virtual, it's either if I'm there, I have my client on the FaceTime and I'm literally going through the home as slow as possible so they can see everything from the hardwood floors to the appliances, going through the entire thing so it's virtual. They can see everything as if they're walking through. It's a lot easier than just photos. All my listings, I always have the professional photos, but there's nothing like being inside the home and having the virtual video now. It's really very close. My clients have been very happy with it.
Excellent, excellent. I know when I've bought properties in the past, it's a big deal to actually feel what the house is like, touch, smell, feel the whole atmosphere of the property. So with that being said, like if somebody that's buying a home wants to go and physically see the property in person, are they able to do that? And if so, what preventative measures are being taken to make sure that things are safe?
So it's really up to the home seller at that point, what they're deciding. Mostly everyone is allowing it and every agent is taking those extra precautions. Myself, for example, I have a basket available. It has the mask, gloves, wipes, all those extra precautions to make sure. So as soon as I get to a property, I have my gloves on, I open the door, I turn on all the lights. I really make sure my clients don't even have to touch anything. If they want to, because that is normal, open the cabinets, open the closets, then I do make sure they wear the gloves. It's for our own safety and for the seller's safety. So the entire time we're making sure we're being safe. As soon as I leave, I make sure, again, I'm the only one touching anything, lights are off, doors are shut, locked. So it's still possible for buyers to go inside the home.
Okay, okay. And I know it's not required, but I'm sure you'd agree most buyers do get a home inspection as part of the process. And
Yes.
how does the home inspection work in this environment? Because, it's normally you're going to sit there with the inspector, go through the house and all this. So how does that work? And are people still doing these home inspections?
Inspections are still happening. I have one scheduled on Monday, actually. When the house is vacant, it's definitely easier. If it's not, the sellers, again, they do have to leave because it can take several hours. If they can't leave, it's just a matter of being in different parts of the house when possible. Again, everybody has to wear a mask at this point. They did roll out a rule that it should only be the inspector going through and whoever is buying the home. So as an agent, I should really be outside of the house while they're inside, and that's what I have been doing. And that's really the best way to do it. Thank goodness with inspections, they do have an entire report. They have all the photos. So if the buyer doesn't feel comfortable being there and the seller doesn't either, and everyone's on the same terms, then they don't have to be there. But again, it's nice to be able to follow the inspector around and find out what you're buying. So it's, again, just taking those extra precautions and making sure whoever's in the house, it's a limited amount of people.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely happening, and I'm sure they still get the same report after the inspection to show all the photos and details of everything about the property. So that's always good to look at after the fact. So excellent. So the other question I had for you is, seeing that virtual tours are becoming the norm right now, can you tell me about any clients that you've had that have bought or put in offers completely sight unseen just based on a virtual tour?
Yep. So one of my listings in Danbury, it's a brand new construction. I just did a virtual walkthrough. I put it on the internet, and within hours, I had over 500 views. I had agents requesting showings. So the virtual tours are definitely helping. Like I said before, photos are fabulous, but there's nothing like actually walking through the house, getting the feel for the space. So that's what the videos are allowing. Doing that, I did get a sight unseen offer from New York. So that was exciting. Buyers are appreciating the virtual tours, and they are making a huge difference.
Okay. So yeah, it's definitely possible to list your home and get offers without anyone even seeing it if you have a good agent, like she said, that takes good photos, that has the virtual showings going on and is utilizing this technology. So that's great. So I want to use that as kind of a segue into talking about the current market from a, just from an activity standpoint. So what are you seeing right now? Because I know, January, February were like really strong months considering that they're winter months in the Northeast here, and there was a lot of activity. So have you seen a continuation of that? Have you seen a little bit of a slowdown? Are you seeing certain buyers kind of come out of the woodwork? What are you seeing in terms of the local current market activity, specifically in the state of Connecticut and in the areas that you work in?
So for buying, when all of this started, I did have some buyers kind of cancel and say, I just want to take a break for now, see what happens. Now that all the extra precautions are in force, everyone's back out. Yesterday, I put 2 offers in on a property. So everyone's out. If the house is listed correctly and it's in good shape, I mean, listings are selling so fast. There's been other homes, let's say, that have been on the market for months. We take them off, we remarket them. All of a sudden, within hours, these homes are now going under contract. So the market is definitely moving. I have some sellers that have put a hold on right now, and then I have some other sellers that are ready to go. So I think the time is good. I'm on the MLS every day. I'm studying the market. We still have 100+ new homes coming on. We still have closings. We still have offers being accepted. So I do agree now is the time to start looking or get your home ready to list with all the options available with social media and virtual tours. I mean, it's going to boom again, especially once this new norm is acceptable from everyone and we do feel more comfortable. Now's the time. We definitely need more inventory. Buyers, they're out and they're ready.
Yeah, and I can attest to all that. I mean, I've seen, a lot of buyers I'm working with that were kind of on the fence. They were pre-approved, but they weren't aggressively looking because they were concerned about the market and how crazy it had been, the low inventory and just an abundance of offers on properties. And they've used this opportunity with COVID-19, with the current state that we're in, and people getting out of the market. And a lot of those most serious buyers that have good jobs and everything's in place, ready to buy, they're using the opportunity to jump on now where they can put in an offer and they're not one of 20 offers. They're one of 5, or maybe even the only one, and they're getting a great price on a property as well.